Welcome back to Just Us PDX podcast. This is your host, Everett,
And this is Thomas.
and we are recording our second Zoom show. We're trying to work this out. Obviously, since we are recording Zoom, we are not in the studio. Well, I am, kind of, but you can't tell. Um, our other co-hosts are working, and one is AWOL, so we don't know what's going on. He's alive, same guy. That's Isaiah. He's still alive. He's just AWOL. But if you haven't heard us before, you want to see what we're about, what we kind of do, feel free to follow us on our Facebook and Instagram page. The Facebook is just dash us PDX podcast. The YouTube is exactly the same. The Instagram just underscore us underscore PDX underscore podcast. And we also have a TikTok page. It's just us PDX pod. So definitely check that out. You know, when you have a chance, if you want to reach out, especially like if you want to be on the show as well, that's a good way to get a hold of us. Um, we also have an email. It's just us PDX, the number 7 at gmail.com. So we are taking any type of requests. You have any questions, you want to reach out. You have a business you want to promote, because we do have our Black Business Minute. We can definitely highlight your show. A couple of weeks back, we did the live show with Cooking with Be Love. So you should have been there for that show, man. You missed that one.
I actually watched the show. I watched when she made it and everything, and I saw you and Willie and everything. Yeah, I was like, man, I should have went. I was hungry, bro. When I was watching, I was like, yo, that looked good.
It was good. It was great.
Oh, was it? Was it?
Oh yeah,
man.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to start listening to her, rocking with her a little bit too.
All right, so we are the voice of the PDX, and we also would like your support from our sponsor, formymelanin.com. They have a, yeah, I might try doing that like the next time. I was gonna go to the website and like show everybody like what it was. I share the screen, but I don't want to lose the chat or the call, so I don't want to do it. And like, whoops, I can't do that. But go to formymelanin.com. Use our promo code Just Us. You get 15% off of your entire order. That will include everything they have. So there's hats, there's t-shirts, sweaters. They have home decor. They got shower curtains. You name it, it is on that website. Another Black company that's partnering up with us. So remember to check them out. And whatever you buy using our promo code Just Us, you get 15% off. Again, that email, not the website, formymelanin.com. And so this show, I think it's a good idea to kind of touch over the. Is there a name for it? It's just a COVID-19 vaccine. That's all it is.
Yeah, it'd be the COVID-19 vaccine.
All right, so that's what we are going to start this one off with. Now, as far as we know, it is. Well, actually, what did you find? I gotta pull up my notes real quick.
So there's a couple of things that I found. From CNN that reported it about an hour ago. It said vaccines won't end COVID, so keep wearing masks, top health official says. Me personally, I'm kind of nervous about this COVID vaccine for the simple fact it got put out very quick. You think about it, it's probably took 5 months. You think about it? About 5 months? Because you got to think when did we shut down? We shut down in March.
We shut down in March, originally in March, yeah.
Right? And then they didn't start working on it until about what, June? July?
Yeah, so it seemed like, well, yeah. Because that's when basically the whole election stuff started popping back up, and Trump was talking about it. That's when the whole drinking bleach became a thing.
Yeah, so, you're right. Yep.
Yeah, so that's when it popped back up, but at the same time, it just seemed like it was like rushed. I mean, I get it. There's like thousands of people dying all the time, and people getting it, but I mean, some people would just take it, just it's it's gonna work. I'm gonna just take it. I'm gonna just do what I gotta do. But Black people, in like specifically, we know how like these things work. We got somebody trying to come in, so we go ahead and admit them real quick. But we know how it works when it comes like these vaccines, and so they were trying to. Oh, hello, Miss Woods. How are you? We can't hear you. I think you're. No, you're not, Mita. Your volume is either down because we can't hear you.
Who, me?
Oh, we can
Oh,
hear you
there
now.
she go.
Hi.
Hello.
So, welcome to the show. It's our first guest on the Zoom show. That's Thomas. Obviously, I'm Everett.
How you doing?
Hi.
Our names are in the bottom of the screen. But so we're in the middle of talking about the vaccine. We literally just started, so good thing you kind of got in early. But so what I was saying was, when the whole vaccine came out, or the talks of the vaccine came out, um, it basically started back when before the election started to be pushed like very hard. And so that was when, Trump was saying, inject yourself with bleach, just drink some bleach and take all this other stuff.
Lysol.
There was, yeah, I mean, so there was, I forgot there was like a very expensive medicine that I guess some people had used. And I guess it
Right.
worked for some. I think somebody died from using it at one point because they didn't use it properly. But I mean, nobody who wasn't, part of that 1% was able to, get a hold of it. So people were, panicking, trying to figure out what they were going to do, how they were going to get it, and so they were like, "All right, so we're going to create a vaccine." So it seems like, like we were saying, around July, this vaccine was initially started. But what I was saying before you had got on was Black people in general have never been ones to take vaccines. Like it's historically, it kind of started back when um, there was something very specific. I had it in my notes.
Are you talking about when they did was it the tuberculosis?
Oh, the
No,
syphilis. Are you
it was a
talking about
There
syphilis.
it goes.
syphilis?
Yes.
Yeah, so it was
Yes.
the
The
vaccine from
syphilis experience.
yeah, so the Tuskegee one with the syphilis study. So ever since then, we've always known something was kind of up, with all these different vaccines, and we always seen how when people take these vaccines, they automatically get it. So for the most part, there's a little bit of the I guess the whatever
Virus.
you're trying to not get. Yeah, the virus. It's in the vaccine. It's supposed to
Right.
make you immune to it, essentially. But
Right.
we've also seen how people have also gotten it after taking it and gotten really sick, and some people have died. And so Black people as a whole, but for the most part, majority of us are, very iffy, and we're, not trying to be guinea pigs for something that literally hasn't been out or really tested. So
Right.
that's what, the issue is for a lot of Black people, is that
Is that in the long run for it? Because we don't know how it's going to affect us 5 to 10 to 15 to 20 to 30
Right.
years down the line. That could mutate something in us and, make us go crazy, or, who knows what it can do, because we haven't had a good amount of time to know about it. But at the same time, the reason why they're doing this is because it's a pandemic and they don't want to send people into a panic, like, oh, this and that. You got to, it's a lot to process. And I don't think a lot of people should get it. Like, wear your mask and everything, yes. But if health officials are even saying that even if you do get this COVID-19 shot, there's still a chance that you can get it. So what's the point of getting it?
Yeah.
there's always a chance you can get it, like with anything.
Well, not really. It's like a tetanus shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get a tetanus shot so you don't get tetanus, right?
Right.
And it lasts for what, 7 years, 5 to 7 years or something like that. But with this vaccine, we have no idea about it.
It's so new.
It's
It's
and
so
it
new.
exactly. It got made so quick. You got to think it hasn't even been 9 months.
Right.
It's been what? Since July. So what is that? July, we say 5 or 6 months.
Mhm.
That's not enough
So
time for me.
My question is, what was the things that they gave the president? Like you said, the 1%, because whatever they gave him, they need to put in that vaccine. Why is it that we have to wait for a vaccine to be built up from the ground when there are things that we already have that can help us, but we're not that 1%?
I had to actually, I mean, we did a show on that, like exactly what the president was being shot up with. He was on I think he was on 10 different like medications, and they all.
I know it's some big words because we had a hard time
We
pronouncing
was having a
them.
hard time saying those.
That's what they need to be giving us. That's what we need. We don't need this vaccine that they done threw everything but the kitchen sink in. We need whatever it was that he got, and that's out there, that's been proven. That's what we need, because we are not going to be guinea pigs. I am not. I'm very leery of taking this vaccine. I mean, I think they've made such a mass hysteria about this disease. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying it's not serious, but I feel like they've made such mass hysteria about it. They backed themselves into a corner. Now everybody's asking for a vaccine. You have, so I don't know about this.
Well, I think one of the other things about it was, okay, so what the president was taking, just like any kind of medication, it had a bunch of different side effects. But I think the side effects that it had with those medications is not much any different from, current medications most people are even on right now.
Right.
But at the same time, like you said, you should, or the government should, give those to us, put that in the vaccine. I think, I mean, I don't know much about how medicine works, that type of medicine, but isn't it something where you mix too many or is like specific medications that either offset each other or it causes a different chemical reaction with them?
That's true. That's true, depending on what type of, and that's a good question. That's a good point. How does this vaccine interact with other medications that you take? How do we know? Like you said, it's only been out 9 months. How do we know how it's going to interact with other medications that you take?
Well, we don't know that, but
that's scary.
So I was looking up at the New York Times, and what they were basically saying, statistic-wise, it stated that only about 3% of Black people have signed up, for the clinical trials, and ironically, the Asian community is around the same exact number. So, with the vaccine trying to come out or being tested on us, they're more trying to get us, because when they make all these new vaccines, Black people don't go out, and they're not being the guinea pigs for them. They're just mostly white men. So white men are the ones who are being tested for them, and they just don't know how it's going to affect us in general. And they say that we would probably benefit from it the most, because they say that we're the ones who are working on the front lines more of the essential jobs. And we have a higher case of like diabetes, obesity, hypertension. So stuff like that essentially when the corona first came out, those were the exact things that they said, to be cautious of, if somebody has, I'm trying to remember the word for it. It's basically, just an internal, kind of issue. Like I'm a diabetic. I'm around all these people all the time. I'm always, I always got a mask on all the time, got hand sanitizer all the time. And so, like, I'm worried about it in the sense that since I'm, doing real estate for work, I'm around a bunch of different people every day. I'm in various houses, whether clean or dirty. So I try to do my best, wearing gloves. I wear booties on my shoes, going into just houses and stuff like that, just to make sure, like I don't track nothing out. And what I do is usually, if once you leave a place, because Thomas, you probably done it, had some booties on your shoes and whatnot, but you would take them off like once you got back to where you were going, right?
Right.
I take them off in wherever I leave from. That's where I leave it at. So if I got something on my shoes, I'm leaving it in that building. I'll take the gloves out. Yeah. So I mean, I'll leave it at the door, And every time I go back after they clean up the place, they're still sitting there. I was like, y'all didn't even clean up. Y'all didn't bother to pick up the shoe covers. But I mean, that's just me. So, but I mean, that it's just weird, you know, how, I mean, I guess it's just something, it's what America does. They're not going to give us what we need because what we need obviously costs too much. And then it's not going, since they can't give it to us the way we actually need it, if they even try to administer it, basically, like you said, the 1% or, you know, the rich or wealthy, they're the only ones who could technically afford it, just because that's how they make all these crazy medications. Like my medications without insurance are hundreds of dollars. I wouldn't be able to afford none of my medication if I didn't have no insurance. It's just how they do everything. It's a money grab. Everything's a money grab.
That is a good point, because the drug manufacturers could give it to us, but then they wouldn't make any profit. They wouldn't, you know, they wouldn't make any profit. So they have it, and what, you know, the 1% get is they get the good medicine, and we could have it. They could give it to us, but these drug manufacturers and labs and companies wouldn't make any money off of it. So it's a money grab. It's not about human life. It's about money. It's about money. So they're going to think of a cheaper way. Let's throw together a vaccine and hope that it works. You know,
what this kind of reminds me of is I Am Legend. Remember how they came out and they were like, "Oh, we found the virus, or we found the cure to cancer." And it's like, "Oh yeah, everybody got it," and then they ended up shifting and morphing and stuff or whatever. It kind of reminds me of that, because it kind of feels like it's population control again.
Yeah.
And I talked about that. There's a movie where this place ends up getting a virus. They got it like one time, and it was like 20 years ago, and everybody was going crazy and everything, and they were like, "Yo, if you come into contact with these people, you got to get shot and killed." So like, you know, they were shooting and killing people, and then eventually they ended up putting walls around a certain area, and then that was like the you can't go into their zone. That was like the danger zone, and they had like guns up there to where if anything got near that wall, you automatically getting shot. And yeah, and what's even more crazy is that they found people were living. So what they did was they found that the people who had the virus and were living among it, they took their blood and they made a vaccine. Well, the guy said, "You know what? I'm gonna wait for the virus to run its course to where it's killed all the people, and you know, then I'm gonna release it. Then I'll release the vaccine." To me, I feel like that's what they did. You know, because it's how many people have died, and it's mostly older people.
Right.
You know, which is crazy. We've had like what, maybe two people under 18, if I'm not mistaken, pass away from it. And it's, to me, it's just crazy. And I don't think that anybody should take that vaccine.
Like, well, you know, I think people are so leery of it that they're going to have a hard time. And then you're going to get into, well, are they going to mandate it? Are they going to make you take it? If you don't take it, what are the consequences? Do you get jail? Do you get, you know, this is a whole big bag of stuff that's going to happen.
Especially for kids.
I'm wondering, you know, what we're going to do, because like you said, we as Black folks, and it's not just Black folks either. It's other people are leery of the government and so-called vaccines and these so-called, you know, things that are supposed to be good for you that they roll out. And so I don't know how they're going to make this work. I think it's going to be a big mess, because you got trampling over people's rights if they don't want to take it. It's kind of like with the getting immunized for school, and how some parents don't want their kids. They don't want their kids immunized.
And that's what's going to happen. They're going to be like, "Oh, well, does your daughter have the COVID-19? Like, no.
Right.
Oh, well, she can't come to school till she gets it."
Right.
And it's kind of kind of messed up, because, you know, you got people who don't believe in vaccines.
Right. And that is their right as an American citizen. That is their right. If they don't believe in it, I'm not saying it's right or wrong either way. I'm just saying, if they don't believe in it, that they have the right to say, no, that's not for my family.
Yeah. One thing.
Oh, it was there. Hold on real quick. So yeah, we're not gonna stop it, but just because we in the middle time wise, we're gonna do our Black Business Minute real quick. And today's Black Business Minute is actually Boss Nailz. And
shout out
Quandre's wife.
Quandre. Shout out
Yeah.
Quandre.
So
Mr. Gentle.
him and his wife, they got Boss Nailz. It's Nails and Full Body Wellness. The address for this place is 2700 Northeast Anderson Road, Suite E5. It's in Vancouver, Washington. You can give them a call at 360-719-2245. They do have an email. If you ever have questions or concerns, it's Boss Nailz with a Z 503@gmail.com, or you can check out the website at bossnails with a Z LLC.com, and it goes over everything. So they have a bunch of different I don't know how many nail techs they got, but I know his wife works there, and they also have some full body wellness products you can actually look into as well. So remember, Boss Nails LLC.com. Check them out and see what they have going on. So Thomas, what were you saying again?
I don't even know.
Hey, shout out to being able to go. I hope I ain't offending anybody, but shout out to being able to go get your nails done by somebody other than Asians. All right, that's good. Shout out to that, to Boss Nailz.
Oh yeah. Now, we were talking about we were talking about the immunizations. You were bringing up something about
right.
If it's going to be mandatory, basically.
Oh, so like if it's going to be mandatory, that might put people in a lot of compromising positions, because you got to think, like me personally, I work with the public a lot, and they could be like, well, before you come back to work, we need to make sure you guys get the shot. Like, well, I don't want it. And, that could be me losing my job because of my beliefs. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not getting that. I'm not. I don't care. Also, what they're saying, what somebody kind of proposed was, they were saying that, oh, well, we'll give you $1,500, but you got to take this shot for it.
Right.
Not happening. I don't care how much money it is. You can keep that shot. I'm not getting it.
Okay, did y'all see? I was trying to find it, but I think I put it like on our Instagram story. I should have like saved the actual post, but there was a post about how to get out of taking the vaccine like legally. So I can't.
Oh,
remember,
really?
Yeah, I can't remember verbatim like what it actually said, like word for word. But I guess when you go to um, to get the immunization, or if the doctor recommends, it's like, hey, I think you should probably get this, be good for you and things like that. It's basically what I remember from it is that you ask if it has like a specific, I guess it's like an ingredient. I mean, all vaccines have this one same ingredient, and basically it's one that like potentially it's well, they said that this vaccine has um, like 5 to 9 uh, week old male fetuses or something like it, like built into it.
Wow.
So all vaccines have some type of like mutation built into it, and so they said if you
the virus is a mutation.
Yeah. So basically, it was like if you say it's like you have to ask the doctors like, does it have this in it, and then they say that the doctor's not supposed to lie, but we know that they'll tell you anything if they want you to have something.
Right.
But that's basically what it was saying. It's like basically you talk to them about it, and you just kind of, I guess, bow out of it essentially. But I wish I had the actual like post or could find it, because it was good information. Because it's basically just telling you how to do it without seeming like you're insubordinate or what they said. So
Okay.
it's a way, to legally get out of it without seeming like you're crazy and young doctors. I'm not taking that. You can't convince me. And so, if I can find it again, I'll probably repost it again. But I look it up. I'm pretty sure you can probably Google it. But
all right,
that was something.
Yeah.
Now, Anybody got anything else on that particular topic?
No, man, I pretty much said my piece about it. It's a no-go for me.
All right. I'm trying to think. Should we do another one on here, or should we cut this one short?
I mean, we could cut that one short and then do a what's the next one that you want to do?
So we was going. Oh, okay. So, Melissa, did you hear anything about the restaurant that's in, I forgot, somewhere in Texas, but the owner got upset about the women dancing in the restaurant?
Twerking. Yes. Yeah. I didn't see the twerking, but I saw the video of the restaurant owner, and you know, I had a lot of people say, well, you know, he should have just took them to the side, you know. That's what my friend was saying. He should have just took them to the side instead of trying to embarrass them. But I applaud him for what he did. I mean, I thought he was respectful. I didn't think he was disrespectful and doing a PSA in the middle of the restaurant. You know, that's his business. That's his livelihood. And I think, you know, at some point you got to act an adult in an adult place, you know.
Were they serving drinks?
TikTok and Instagram, you want to be famous, and you know, you got your 5 minutes of fame and you want to show your butt and everything, but I applaud him for what he did.
Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. This one could be a back and forth conversation or interesting conversation, because I know somebody has a different outlook on it. So we're going to wrap this one up, and y'all stay tuned. Next week's show, we are definitely going to have this conversation. So we're still going to do it, but we don't stop this one, so we can actually do a full show about that. So thank you for tuning in to this one. Don't nobody hang up, just so y'all don't. So I mean, time is not.
Thank you for having me.
You are most welcome. Are you going to stick around for the next one as well?
What's the next one?
The one what we were just talking about. We're not going to leave. We're not going to have it on this show, but we're gonna stay on stay on. We're going to actually do it as a separate show. So it'll be.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Yeah, we're in this one. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and put a button on this particular topic, but we're going to keep going with the conversation. So remember to follow us on our Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Check out the TikTok. We're working on that. We are also still looking for people to help us out with some videography. If you are a good technical person with, you know, doing editing and things like that, we definitely need somebody to work with us. So hit us up on any of our social platforms. The Facebook, just-us PDX podcast. That's the YouTube as well. The Instagram is just_us_PDX_podcast. And if you just want to write in, have a story, you want to be on the show, justuspdx7@gmail.com. So we will catch y'all next time. Thank you for tuning in.
Peace.
Bye.